What is up? What is up, everybody? This is Chriz Panda Radio, first ever episode. And boy, I am excited. I'm just like ready, man. I'm ready. So here's how my format's going. Every night from 9:15 to 9:45, it will be a 30-minute show. And the way I'm doing it is every Friday and Sunday. It's called Music Days. Pretty much every Friday is Fresh Music Fridays. And every Sunday is called Sunday Sessions. So if you're a music artist and you need exposure, you want people to hear your music, you want people to know more about you, hit us up on our Facebook page, Chriz Panda Radio, CHRIZ Panda Radio. We will contact you. We will get you on the show. If you have a business, every Tuesday called Taco Tuesday, but it's not TACO, it's TALK-CO. Taco Tuesdays, where I'm going to help promote your business, get you out there, let people tell you about your business and everything. Get it going. We need people. We love you guys. All right. So pretty much tonight's topic is cruise travel agents and travel agents in general and this pandemic. This pandemic has been hell for everybody. And personally, me, I'm a travel agent on the side as a hobby. And practically, I haven't sailed many cruises at all. And so pretty much like, it's been hell. I've talked to a bunch of travel agent friends of mine, and they all have been practically, they haven't been selling cruises. This pandemic has hurt a lot of people. Travel agents it's just been not good for them. And personally, me, if you're gonna book regard travel in general, I would at least book 2021 fall up till 2022 at the most. And honestly, that's just how I am. I mean, that's just how I feel, honestly, if you want to book a cruise, book 2022, because I honestly don't see them getting started January, February, March. I mean, a lot of cruise lines have canceled. Cunard actually canceled up until like May, from what I was hearing, like up to May. I think June had a cruise that is supposed to sail, but we'll see how that goes. Mainly cruise lines have canceled up until March, April. Cunard was May, and I think June. So if you want to travel, I would look in the fall, because they're starting to hit summer 2021, and it's not looking good. Yes, we have vaccines that just came into the U.S., but at the end of the day, I honestly don't see cruising coming back until 2021 fall. Honestly, the way it's looking, I would say fall, maybe early 2022. That's just my honest opinion. But at the end of the day, that's just, that's life. I mean, me as a travel agent, it's hard. A lot of people, thankfully, I haven't seen this, but I've heard it from a few friends. I talked to one earlier. And just the amount of cancellations once cruising shut down was just horrible. Not just cruising, everywhere shut down. And with that, it's tough, because when you travel, you got a travel agent, you're literally like, oh my God, like my vacation's canceled. It's ruined. And I understand your pain. I got my passport back in June, and I could use it, but I can only use it in certain countries. I can't go like out, Bahamas, Caribbean. I know like Antigua, I heard they're open. Jamaica's open. Mexico's open. Europe is open, but a lot of places won't either quarantine for 2 weeks, some of them don't. It just depends on, their rules, because a lot of them aren't accepting U.S. residents right now. So it's tough. And honestly, travel is going to be very difficult going forward, especially with this pandemic. Yes, with the vaccine, a lot of places are probably going to require that you get vaccine just to travel to their country, their state, wherever they are. And honestly, I really feel like, hey, look, if it's required, I'm getting the vaccine. I'm sorry. Like, if it's required to travel, I'm going to get that vaccine. I'm going to make sure that I can travel. And I've seen a lot of people, Facebook groups all across the board, they're not getting the vaccine. Especially, it's this one cruise group that I'm in. And I asked the question, hey, if cruise lines required to get vaccinated and go cruise, would you do it? A lot of them were no's. A lot of people are against, cruise lines requiring you to get a vaccine to cruise. A lot of people are, hey, I'm not getting vaccine. There's no way I won't cruise anymore if that's the case. And honestly, that's, hey, more for us that people want to cruise, But honestly, that's just my opinion. Straight up, like, I would rather get that vaccine and go cruise. That's just me. I'll cruise and give me that vaccine. I'm gonna go cruise with it. And so that's just my honest opinion. But honestly, if you feel like, hey, I'm not gonna get the vaccine, I don't care if I don't cruise. Okay, that's on you. But at the end of the day, that's your decision. I mean, if cruise lines require it, hey, it's required to travel until everything goes back to normal, which would probably be 2022. The way it's looking, at least 2022 spring. And that's just how I feel. Honestly, the travel industry took a big hit. And this, honestly, this is like one of probably the most hurt businesses in the whole, in the country is travel. Travel has been hurt with COVID. Honestly, it's hard to travel. I mean, it's, airlines, it's, if they're three rows, it's aisle and window. The middle seat has always been closed. I know certain airlines have opened that back up recently. And honestly, that's fine. But I feel like if you can fly, why can't you cruise? And my thing is, like, I get it. The Petri dish situation. With the Petri dish situation, I feel like it's, hey, that's just, you're confined to one space for, a couple days at a time. And we just had a scare over in Singapore with the Quantum. She set sail out of Singapore, and honestly, it was a scare. The one, I think it was an 86-year-old man, came down. He got tested. It was positive. They turned it around and came back. They had to cancel the cruise to North Shore. And honestly, like, it happens. So, and then come to find out, he came back negative after being tested positive. So it's hard because those antibody quick results they're hard to tell. If it's not the official 7-day one and it's antibody, 1 minute you're negative, next minute you're positive. And honestly, I don't trust the antibody COVID test. I honestly don't. For me personally, I just would rather, just get the 7-day test, wait it out. All right, cool, you got COVID. Or, hey, you don't have COVID. But honestly, with cruising, you can't do that because they got to know right away. So, honestly, the antibody test, yeah, it'll tell you right away, but it's 50-50 chance it's right or wrong. I mean, you can put your opinions down in the comments. Honestly, that's just how I feel like that's what it is. With traveling in general, they want a negative COVID test. But my thing is, yeah, you can show them a negative COVID test, but you took that test like what, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, 7 days ago? And it has to be a test at least within 72 hours. Because I was trying to go to New York this weekend, and apparently you got to quarantine and you got to have that COVID test. And honestly, I feel like, at the end of the day, that's just the real world nowadays. And it's tough, So I'm gonna have to put my trip to New York off, but that's fine. I'm willing to take that. But then also, it's like at the end of the day, that's just how it is. And honestly, that's just life. That's how it is. And hey, more power to you if you want to travel right now. I mean, honestly, I would rather travel to places that don't really require a quarantine. You could just travel for like a day and come back. Honestly, from what I was hearing, people going to New York don't have to quarantine. It's when you come back from New York that you have to quarantine. So it's just different opinions, different things I see online. And, I mean, hey. So, honestly, I just really feel like at the end of the day, Hey, travel is going to be affected regardless wherever you go, and that's his life. I mean, traveling right now is hard, but people do it. If you gotta travel, you gotta travel. If you want to get out, get out. Um, Honestly, that's his life, and hey, I love to travel, but I'm willing to wait. When the vaccine officially rolls out, I'll go stand in line for the vaccine, get vaccinated, boom, I'm good. I'm immune to COVID, so to speak. I mean, I don't really trust the vaccine, but hey, if it's required to get on the ship, if it's required to go to Europe, if it's required to go to Japan or anywhere, I'll grab it and go, and just pray to God I don't catch COVID with that vaccine in myself, in my system. But honestly, that's just life. I mean, hey, if you love to try, for me, my favorite places right now require, a quarantine once you get there. They require a visa. I think Bahamas is a visa. It's like a $60 health visa or something like that. That I read. And honestly, like, hey, that's what they require. You got to get a health visa. You got to get that COVID negative test out within 72 hours of your travel date. So honestly, if you travel, be prepared. You're going to have a lot of, stuff you got to go through. Because honestly, travel agents right now are feeling like hell. Like, I have friends that are travel agents with my agency, Chriz Brothers, and they're hurting. A lot of people are booking for cruises that are way out in 2022, 23, 24. They're not booking really for 21 because, as you can tell, a lot of cruise lines are canceling cruises for 2021 now. And honestly, I was going to be one of those ones that booked for 2021. And now, honestly, I'm changing my mind because it's like, why book and then I get canceled? Yeah, I get future cruise credit. But at the end of the day, okay, is it really worth it? Is it worth that cruise credit? 125% from Carnival, I think it is. And a few other cruise lines are doing that as well. But is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I feel like it is worth it. But at the same time, is it really worth it? That's up, you can put it in the comments. Is it worth booking a cruise for that future cruise credit that you're going to get, or would it be easier to wait? Honestly, I say just wait. Just wait on this vaccine rollout to the public. Wait to see what the CDC does, because right now CDC, they haven't approved no one to start selling. Nobody's like, you can't sell. So honestly, I really feel like, I just feel like, hey, obviously that's just the truth, honest truth. So, at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. Put it in the comments what you think about, this whole pandemic with travel. I mean, I know one thing is, if you got a travel agent, tell them to book your travel for 2022 at the most. Actually, no, at the least, because right now 2021 is canceled for travel. If anything, 2021 is canceled for travel. Plain and simple. Might as well just book 2022, because right now it seems like 2020 was good and then COVID hit and now everything got canceled. 2021, I'm not sure what the outlook is right now. I'll probably talk more about that later in the week as far as the travel outlook for 2021. Because right now, 2022 is probably your best bet for cruising, for anything. International travel you could do probably in 2021 with restrictions because of the vaccine and the rollout of it. But honestly, I really feel like that, the travel agency business is going to probably skyrocket towards the end of 2021. Being that, with COVID, happening this year and the vaccine rollout by next year. So honestly, I feel like by 2022, travel agencies will be back to where they were before COVID hit. Honestly, that's just a straight up honest opinion. A few of my travel friends are hurting right now because of what's going on. One of my buddies at Chriz Brothers, he even said that he lost a big group of about 300 people because of COVID. And it was a veterans group, and he's hurting. He's hurting. And I understand this pain because, I was trying to market, I was trying to do familiarization tours of ships in Fort Lauderdale. to get, to build my clientele, and I can't even do that now because of COVID. Honestly, I was just starting to really market myself as an agent, and COVID hit, so I can't really complain. All I could do is just kind of sit back and watch. I took my hiatus. I'm still in a hiatus, but I'm gonna slowly start rolling back my cruises. But it's just at the end of the day, what's the best way to do it? And so for me, I really feel like the best way to go about it, wait till 2021, because that's how you'll be able to tell what the outlook is for 2022. With travel at the most. If you got a travel agent, call them. Like, if you don't, I have friends that are travel agents that would love to help you book your next vacation. And support them, because they're the ones that are actually going to get through this whole pandemic better than if you just book through the company. Like, if you book through like Expedia, Travel, the Trivago, Orbitz, don't book through them. Go through a travel agent. Go to your local travel agency. I mean, sometimes they got better deals than the actual website. And it's funny because Carnival Cruise Lines promotes booking for travel advisors. And I feel like that's a good thing because, hey, they actually help build businesses. They help build clients. They help build destinations, because they're the ones that sell the destination. I could go and just go travel and fly somewhere and be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go to Mexico without no knowledge or nothing, and just go, versus going with a travel agent that sells Mexico and they know different hotspots, they know what to do, what not to do, what areas to stay with, and what areas that are okay. I would rather go with a trusted advisor or a travel agent and be like, hey, I'm going here, what's up, like, what are some deals, what can you help me with? Hey, you hit me up. If you need travel hookups, I got you. I got a good friend of mine. She can help you out as well. She's good with Greece. She's good all over. So at the end of the day, honestly, that's just my opinion. Book with a travel agent, because they're going to get you through this pandemic. They're going to know everything. They're going to know protocols. They're going to know a lot of stuff that that you don't know yourself. They're going to know, like, okay, masks are required at this resort, so make sure you bring your mask. Make sure you have your ducks in a row. Because if you don't, and you book without them, and then something happens, you're like, oh crap. And then you go to travel agent, oh, I didn't know about this. Well, too late. You should have booked with them before. So at the end of the day, my honest opinion, book with a travel agent. They're gonna get you through this pandemic. They're gonna get you through whatever. If you need help, they got you. So at the end of the day, that's my honest opinion. Book with a travel agent, they'll get you through this whole pandemic, and they're going to recover a lot stronger at the end of the day, because, hey, why not? They're going to be able to be like, hey, this is what's going on. These are going to change. Make sure you get ready for changes. So, honestly, the travel industry in general took a big hit. Airline travel is down. Cruises are shut down. Road traffic, honestly, I feel like is about the same, but it has gone down because, like I said, COVID and quarantine and stuff. But honestly, like, hey, travel in general, like, this year it's been screwed up. You could travel now, or you could wait. I'm waiting. That's my thing. I'm waiting on travel. I'm not traveling now. I'm gonna travel later. So honestly, yeah, this is the truth. I'm gonna travel later. And at the end of the day, that's just how it is. But yeah, so, I'm gonna probably end tonight's episode a little bit earlier than my target at 9:45. But honestly, that's just, that's my topic for tonight. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. It's a little short, but tomorrow's gonna be different. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting topic. It's going to be coming from a passenger standpoint, about cruising during the pandemic, because cruise lines are trying to come back, and honestly, I feel like that if they come back, they got to have protocols in place for us passengers, as far as, like, hey, we're looking for this, and this. Are you guys going to bring that? So that's what tomorrow's talk is going to be more about. And also because, we want to know what's going on with, cruising and, this pandemic, and what's going to be required. what the cruise lines are talking about. And honestly, I just feel like tomorrow's going to be a deep topic. And going forward for the week, Wednesday is going to be about the EDM community and the pandemic and how they actually thrived during the pandemic. Thursday, I'm going to focus on like different topics as far as travel for 2021, about like what destinations are probably going to be open, what destinations are going to be open. Friday is Fresh Music Friday. Hey, if you're an artist, hit me up. I can feature you on Friday, do an interview with you, give you a chance to be able to share your music, what you do. Saturday, I'm actually talking about the film industry and how independent filmmakers are going through this pandemic, filming films and everything like that. I'm going to have a good friend of mine be a special guest with that. That's on Saturday. And then Sunday, it's also another special Sunday music, Sunday session. So if you're a music artist, hit me up. I got you on Friday or Sunday. Monday and Tuesday are going to be different topics that I'm going to give you later in the week as I'm still working that out. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. And you guys, I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube watching this. Follow my Facebook page, Chriz Panda Radio, CHRIZ Panda Radio. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram at Chriz Panda Radio, Twitter at Chriz Panda Radio. You guys, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Peace.